Okay, the Australian Open gets started today. Naomi Osaka in action. I would say you'd have to say that's the biggest name in action. Last year's Aussie Open champion, beating Brady. Let me take a look at what that score was. She beat her pretty good, 6-4, 6-3, and it really looked. I thought that she could even run the table. She started to seem like she was going to dominate the 2021 season. She had picked up her fourth major for winning that Australian Open last year and her second Aussie Open. And then, as we know, all hell broke loose. She went to the French Open and she did not want to do the press. She thought it would hurt her confidence on the clay. And once that happened, then it turned into a whole mental health issue, and Naomi's year just wasn't the same after that. She tried a couple times to play, but just really couldn't get going. And now she is back. So the big question is how is Osaka going to do um, at this year's Australian Open? How's she going to look in her first round? What I have been able to follow, which isn't much, I've seen her Instagram, and it looks like she's always, at a photo shoot, at a party, and just having a great time. Didn't look like there's much training going on. How's it going, J.R.R.R. Tolkien? Let's go. Australian Open 2022. Let's go. Yeah. So as you guys come on in, give me your comments on the Australian Open, what you think about it. Lots of fireworks before it's even started. We know that Novak Djokovic is not going to be allowed to play. I did a live stream on it earlier. If you want to chime in on that, that's fine too. But I would like to talk about Osaka because there's plenty to talk about there as well. And the biggest thing that I am looking for is how sharp is she going to be? Very, very limited match experience going into the Australian Open, although she did play 3 matches about a week ago, got to the semifinals, and then pulled out. And she looked pretty good. She had a 3-set win. She had a couple 2-set wins, played some quality opponents. So she looked to be in good form to me, crushing her forehand. Movement looked good. Serve looked solid. Backhand looked really good. I mean, it kind of looked like the old Naomi Osaka. So maybe she has been working pretty hard behind the scenes and is excited to be back on the court, but you don't know. Serrano would be good practice. So JR says Serrano would be good practice match for her style of play. A clay court specialist on hard court won't hurt her that much, but don't know if she will make it past 3 rounds. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of interesting. When she runs into her first tough match, which could be today, I agree. I was taking a look at Serrano before I came on this live stream just to kind of see her style play. And she's 50 in the world. So who she's playing tonight is 50 in the world. That's no slouch. She's been doing pretty well. She's won 118 matches. She's really been working her way up the rankings. She's won 118 matches on tour. She has beaten some pretty good players in the last year, including Camila Giorgi. So that's a pretty solid win. So it's not like this woman cannot play tennis. So it is a tough match for the first round. Big Osaka fan, but I'd be surprised if she goes all the way in this one. I hope she surprises me. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one to be off the tour for so long. It's usually people need some real match experience to build up their match toughness, to build up their confidence, to build up their stamina. However, of late, it does seem like some players are able to take a good amount of time off and then come back and perform at the highest level. We saw Federer do it at the Australian Open in 2017, which shocked everybody. We've seen Nadal be able to come back from injuries. One time he came back from injury. It took him a long time to win again, but it seems like lately he seems to have that under control. He looked pretty good in the warm-up tournament for this Australian Open. And Alexander Zverev, who's one of the favorites has hit with Nadal and says Nadal is playing amazing tennis right now. So he's come off from a big layoff, but seems to be sharp. And but we also know that Naomi Osaka can be a lot more fragile than a Roger Federer, than a Rafael Nadal. The last time she played a match, one of the things that was a big warning sign, big red flag for me, is she said, I just don't enjoy winning anymore. And losing really hurts. And winning is not that much fun for me anymore. And so I think I need to take some time off from the tour. Now, that is a big thing to flip. If you feel that way, which for some people that motivates them. Pete Sampras used to say that all the time. He enjoyed or he hated losing more than he enjoyed winning, but yet he was always able to stay hungry and stay on the tour for a long time, win 14 Grand Slam tournaments. But for Naomi, when she said that, she was again tearing up, crying, which we've seen her do in some press conferences, and said that she needed to take some time. And then she meant it. Once she left that press conference, we've barely seen her play tennis in 2021, and now she's back. There has been some videos around the court, hitting, smiling, laughing. She looked pretty competitive a week ago. So I'm hoping for her sake and for tennis's sake that she is able to put whatever happened in 2021 behind her and come out guns blazing and go really deep into the Australian Open, because she is the type of player that, you know, whether you like her or you don't like her, I happen to like her. I kind of like everybody. She's somebody that you're going to turn on TV and watch. She's a star. The first time I saw her play, I'm like, she's got star power. You can kind of just tell instantly who's a star and who's not a star. And stars typically are, you know, they have a lot of people love them, and they also have a lot of people not so crazy about them. You know, that's kind of like the quality of a star. Is not everybody loves you, but you know, it'll be interesting to see how she does. I think the sport really needs her. I think it'd be a shame if she's not able to figure out how to balance the whole competitive thing, the press conferences, the pressure, which got to her last year. I really hope that she has had time to reflect and maybe misses the sport a little bit, misses being out in front of playing in front of everybody, and the craft and the skill that she has developed, you know, to be able to go out there and hits the shot that she hits under pressure. And I mean, last year when she played Serena Williams at the Australian Open, that was like a real change to the guard for me, because that was apparent that there's nothing Serena could do at the age that she's at to beat Osaka when she's on. And I thought Osaka was about to go on and could have possibly, you know, looking back is 2020, but I thought after the Australian Open, she could have possibly won all four, because there didn't seem to be anybody close when you looked at how hard she was hitting the ball, how consistent she was hitting the ball, how she was moving, and how she was able to, what's kind of crazy is how she fell apart mentally. But until that happened, you know, at the French Open, it didn't seem that there was any other females out there able to handle the pressure on the court the way that she was able to do. Like, she's able to, under pressure, play her big game and win some huge matches. She's 4-0 in Grand Slam finals. That kind of says a lot. Okay, I believe it's going to be easier for her to come back to her best form than, say, a Federer. There's nothing more physically wrong with her, so it will be easier for her to reach her peak again. That'll be interesting. I think that's a good point. But not here at the Australian Open too soon. So you feel that she has not hit enough balls. Osaka can and should be a better player than Barty. Surely she can win the whole tournament. Yeah, of course she could win the whole tournament. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I think the first round, from what I've seen, I agree with some of the comments that it doesn't look like the woman she's going to play in the first round has enough weapons to hurt her. Serrano, if you don't know much about her, again, I was just checking up on her today. She's 50 in the world. She has looks like a either extreme semi-western or full western grip on the forehand, lots of topspin. So I think she'll make Osaka hit a lot of balls, but I think they're going to go right up in her strike zone. And Osaka likes that high forehand, especially can flatten it out and crush winners. So I think she's going to like the Serrano ball. The serve looks like just a spin serve. I don't see, at least on the videos I watch, I don't see her having a big first serve that can get free points and aces. So I think Osaka will be able to return most of her serves and get into points. I believe she's like 5'3", 5'4" as far as her height, from what I can tell. So it doesn't look like any major weapons. It does look like she's a grinder, gets a lot of balls back in play, a really good competitor. She should be match tough. She's only 20 years old and she has 118 matches on the tour already. She's 50 in the world. She's beaten some top 30 players. So, she can give Osaka a tough match if Osaka is a little nervous, if she's off her game, um, if she's rusty. I think it was really smart of Osaka to play the warm-up tournament a week ago, and she looked great to me. When I looked at the highlights of Osaka, how she's playing, it looked like she's in pretty good form. Let's see this. She's definitely a better the best player if she can train better and not let other distractions bother her. Yeah, I mean, that is, I think we'll just leave this comment up here. Guys, feel free to comment. I'll put your comment right here where people can read it. That's the X factor. I was surprised to see her so sharp in the warm-up tournament a week ago because I have an Instagram account. They know I like tennis because I follow a bunch of tennis. And so Osaka's posts show up in front of my feed lots of times. And it always looks like she is at a photo shoot. She's on a boat. She's she's doing something fun. She's at the Met Gala. Like, constantly um, looks like fun things not involving tennis. And if you look at somebody like a Dominic Thiem, like his post, or Sissipas, or Garbine Muguruza, uh, there's those fun pictures too, but they also show a ton of training videos where they're training for tennis. And so, it just hasn't looked like she's been training seriously, but she's obviously put some work in to come out in her first public appearance after some time and win 3 matches in a row. So um, she must be doing well. And since then, since she's been in Australia, there's videos of her on the practice court. She seems happy. She's smiling. So maybe she's got the fire back, which would be great for tennis. And so, wishing Osaka luck in her first round. Let's see if we can find the draw. We'll take out the women's draw. We'll take a look at Osaka's. Um, we'll take a look at Osaka's draw, and we'll kind of see where her first big test will be. I don't think that her first round match is a huge test. If you just look at the way her opponent plays, which again is very spinny. The woman she's playing is short. She seems like a counter puncher. She seems like she would hit the type of balls that Osaka would really like. So let me find the draw. Okay. I'm pulling it out in just a second. I will share my screen with you guys. That's not where. Come on, NBC. Why is N? I'm going to look up Australian Open. Australian Open. Let's get the draw. I want the draw. Okay. Hang with me, guys. We'll get it up here. Tournament. Draws. It's making me click like a million different links. Okay, women's draw. Okay. It's loading. All right. And she's way at the bottom. No, no, where is she? She's like the 14th seed. Okay. All right, I've got the draw up. Let's find her. Let's see what else you guys say. Barty struggles against big hitters. Osaka, Sabalenko, Kvitova, like players will be in the hunt. That's true. She seems to that seems to be happening. Okay, let's share the screen here. Okay, why is this? There we go. We're sharing the screen. We're taking off the comment. I'm going to the draw. Okay, so we'll take a look. We'll try and find Osaka. I was like, oh, I'm going to look for the top, but then I realized she is she's the 13th seed. So what a difference a year makes. Since she pulled out of so many matches, tournaments, she is dropped all the way down to, I believe she's actually ranked 14 in the world. So again, first round, I think she'll be okay. Second round would come up to here. And again, I don't really know these players, so I would think she'd be all right there. Let's keep working up the draw. So she's going to keep working up her way up the draw. Doesn't bench it. Looks like it's going to be her first big opponent, and that could definitely be an upset because Benchit is very great timing, hits big, not huge, in great shape, tons of match experience. Won't be intimidated by Osaka. I think Osaka has more power, but she has good timing to where she could go toe to toe with Osaka. I think physically, power wise, stamina. Yeah, I think she could take Osaka out. I think that's for Osaka's first major test there. Camila Gorgi, I don't know, and then Barty, obviously. So Osaka is working her way up to Barty. What do you guys think about that? If Osaka does end up, we'll remove that. If Osaka does end up playing Barty, who do you think would win in that matchup? Yastrzemski can also Yastrzemska can also be a very tricky challenge. Let's see here. Nothing new with the boyfriend. They've been dating and living together for over a year. Yeah, so I mean, maybe that's now. Is maybe before it was a distraction having the boyfriend, but maybe now they're kind of in their flow, and she's able to more focus on tennis. That is a good point. She is really enjoying her newfound life with her rapper boyfriend. Nothing new with it. We will see. Nothing wrong with it. We will see. They do seem to have a lot of fun together, and they're young, and got millions and millions of dollars. Who can blame them? All right. There you go, guys. That's my preview of the first round. So my preview is I think Osaka, if she comes out and is not too nervous, she should do well. Okay, here we got some insight. I'm from Colombia. Camila is actually getting her game much better and at a fast pace, even on hard surfaces. I think Camila will go all in to try this win. Yeah, I did say she has 118 matches under her belt. She's only 20 years old. So, she's got a lot of matches going on. She should be feeling good. And if she can really get her timing going against Osaka and make Osaka hit a lot of balls and Osaka starts to get nervous, then you never know. I first saw her at the U.S. Open at the old grandstand attached to the old Armstrong. At first, I was drawn to her different look, and then I was awed by her strokes, which much will be seen live. Okay, so yeah, you're talking about Osaka. I know you're an Osaka fan. Camila lacks consistency. Don't expect much for her. So we have some people saying Camila can give her a good match. Other people are saying, nah, she lacks consistency. Don't expect too much. I'm going to call for an Osaka victory. I'm going to say her first big match is going to be against Benchit. That's going to be a tough one. That could be an early round upset. And I think if she can get through that match, she'll probably make it all the way to Barty. Come on, Barty. Let's go party. And that would be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. Barty, you have the hometown favorite, obviously, but that can also work against you. You can be more nervous playing in front of your hometown. And Osaka certainly has more firepower than Barty. Barty, though, has been pretty solid and consistent, playing week in, week out. Seems to be pretty solid mentally. So we will see. I think the women's side of the draw is going to be the women's side compared to the men's side. Now that Djokovic is out, I'm kind of almost looking more forward to that, and we'll see how it goes. My biggest first round match I'm looking forward to. I got to show you guys something. It's snowing really, really great out here. So I'm going to walk over here and show you guys the snow. But the big match I'm looking forward to is Sloane Stevens versus Emma Raducanu. I wish they weren't playing first round because I'd like to see them both go deep. Okay, take a look at this, guys. Let's see if you guys can see this. Can you guys see the snow? It's snowing out there. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's snowing really good. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Atlanta, unique to us. So it's snowing in Georgia, y'all. It's snowing in Georgia. If you like snow, give this video a like. If you love tennis, like this video. Subscribe so you don't miss my next video. And thanks so much for watching. And here we go. Here's another comment. Okay, I am back. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to quit while I'm behind. So I don't. I guess my maybe with the weather, the internet connection's not good or something. But yeah, good luck, Naomi Osaka. I hope you go far in this tournament. I think tennis needs you. We missed you. I hope you're feeling good physically and mentally. And best of luck this tournament. We'll be back with some more live streams. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Sorry about the technical difficulties.